Okay, we're recording. So tonight's team meeting is going to be all about, hi Kyla, it's going to be all about charting for your next promotion. It's going to be about placement, which we'll go over. It's going to be about balance and maintaining rank, which we'll go over. So if all of this stuff is like totally foreign to you, that's okay. But these are just all really, really important topics. Especially, I feel like in the last couple of weeks, I've heard some things from some different people who aren't totally following as far as how things go. So I just want you guys to not only take notes for yourself, but also share this with your teammates. So if you're boxed in for executive, then you only have a couple of distributors underneath you, and that's okay. But if you're Ruby and above, I want you to not only apply these things to your own business, but also teach them to your new teammates and the teammates that you already have below you. So let's start by talking about actually charting yourself for your next rank. So, Lisa, you're going to be promoting to Ruby, Matt to executive, Caitlin, Ruby for sure. Melissa is charting herself for Emerald, Brittany for executive, Kyla, I'm not sure where Kyla's at. Is she boxed in for Ruby? Just volume? Okay. And then Jennifer, you're boxed in for executive already. You just need volume. So, I'm going to show you guys. So it looks like we're all Ruby and below, Ruby or executive. Melissa, you already have your Emerald chart printed out, but I do have one here just so that we can see it. But okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, you guys are all already at least boxed in for this right here, except for maybe Matt. I can't totally, you guys, I'm sorry, my brain's like mush pot pie. Like, don't even ask me a question because I don't know anything right now. But okay, so this is executive. That's you, where it says you. And then those two boxes below you are that's how you get to executive. So you need two distributors below you, and then they each need to have 400 in group volume. When you get two teammates and they both get 400, you promote to executive. So for many of you, you already have those distributors there. You already are what we call boxed in for your next rank. You just haven't quite promoted yet because of volume. Okay. So I'm going to come back to this, but I'm going to just move on really quick and show you guys. So here's the Ruby chart for promotions, which is 3 distributors directly below you, 2 distributors below one of those distributors on your top line, and then they're all at 400 GV. So I just showed you the executive chart. The next promotion up is the Ruby. But if you think about it, when you go Ruby, you're always going to need, or you're going to need an executive below you. Okay? So, which means whoever that person is on your top line is going to have 2 distributors below them with the 400 and GV. So we just continue to build and build. This one is where a lot of you guys are going. So I want you guys, what I asked you to do the other day is print out if you haven't already, print out the chart that you're currently at. So print out your current rank and then print out your next rank up. So Brittany, for example, should have her executive chart with her 2 distributors in it. And then she should also have her Ruby chart and have her 2 distributors written in her Ruby chart. So even though she still needs 3 more distributors, which I don't know if that's right. She may have 3 distributors, but basically she'll have this next chart of 2. Okay, so she'll have her 2 written in, but she'll always have this chart in front of her so that when she gets her third and her fourth and her fifth, she can start writing them in. And it's not a mystery where those distributors are going to go. She can always call me and be like, what do you think I should do, Shelby? Where should they go? But because of this chart, it's a map. It's a roadmap for her. She already technically knows where they should go. You know, it's not a surprise where that next distributor should go. So last but not least, Emerald chart, since Melissa is charting for Emerald, there's 14 distributors total that you need for your Emerald chart. You need 2 rubies below you, which is 5 and 5. And then you need 2 others on your top line. Is that 14 total? I don't know. Yeah. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. Okay. So it's basically 4 people on your top line. 2 of them have a group volume of 400, and then the other 2 are promoting to Ruby. So that's where Melissa is going. So she already has this chart filled out. She already has her names filled in. And as she continues to get more distributors, she knows exactly where they need to be placed because this is her roadmap. This is where she's looking as she's signing up those new distributors. Okay, so Ashley, this is your Emerald chart. Isn't that fun? So same thing. This is Diamond chart. It gets a little more intense here. You start to have more distributors, more teammates, more things going on. And then there's double diamond, triple diamond, presidential diamond, and then ambassador diamond, which is the highest rank in the company. Ashley, can you keep an eye on Team Bombdiggity just to see if anybody like comments on what I just posted and is like, how do I get on a Zoom or whatever?
Yeah, I'll go check it out right now.
Okay, thank you. So those are our charts. Nobody's quite at diamond yet, so I'm only going to really show you the ones that I just did because that's your focus. So everybody if you don't already, you need to have the rank that you're at and the rank that you're going to. So have those printed out, have them filled out with the names. If you don't know where the names should go, get with your enroller or get with me, get with your diamond leader, whoever you need to get to. You guys need to make sure you understand where you are and where you're going. If you're just signing up distributors willy-nilly and you're not placing them where they need to be placed and you just have like 9 distributors on your top line, you're never going to rank up. And really, to make the maximum amount of money in this company, you need to be ranking up to the next promotion, okay? So if you do place all those distributors on your top line and they are all working, you may accidentally rank up, but you're not helping yourself get there. You're not building how by using the chart. So that's kind of all I have to say about charting and promoting. Ashley, do you have anything that you would add to that before we go into like the detailed stuff of like placing and maintaining and stuff like that?
Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the only thing to add is to have these charts where you can see them every day. Don't have them tucked away in some notebook that you look at once a day or every couple of days, because you need to visualize it and you need to see every day where you're going. And Shelby and I both do this, but if you're trying to go Ruby and you need 2 more distributors, then write the number 2 on your chart and circle it, because every day that you see that, if you're thinking, okay, I need 2 more teammates, I need 2 more distributors, the more and more you see it and think it, it's going to happen for you. But no matter what rank you're going for, like Shelby's triple chart, I'm sure has the number of distributors that she needs. Like you'll always know what you're working towards. So that's really the only other thing I would add to that.
Yeah, I love that. So on your chart, you just have that number and you're constantly updating that number as new distributors are joining your team. Okay, so I'm going to move in to placement, placing loyal customers and distributors within your team. Now, I will say that I'm going to share with you how I personally do it, and Ashley and I have similar, we do the same thing. And I teach my team to do the same, which is you guys. But with that being said, if there's anything that I say that you're like, no way, or maybe you hear something that I have to say, but you watch a lot of Periscopes and you hear stuff from a lot of top earners. Not even all top earners completely agree on everything. So run your business how you want to, but just know that the things I'm sharing with you are the way that I have ran my business for the last 2 years and have gotten me where I am today and have gotten me here for a reason. Okay. So with that being said, placement, what that means is we have a 24-hour window. It Works Corporate gives us the opportunity to move any personally enrolled loyal customers or distributors anywhere in our downline. So within a 24-hour window from when they enroll. Okay, so this is absolutely fantastic for us because it gives us the chance to help our team. So we can be helping new distributors get their first 4 loyal customers so that they can be eligible for the cruise. We can be, not only are we helping them off to a great start, starting their business, but we can place 2 loyal customers below them in their first 30 days, which is going to guarantee us a $99 bonus. And we can also be placing loyal customers and distributors in our downline to help our teammates promote, which is also going to help us promote in the long run or sometimes even the short run too. So what I mean by that is I'm going to go back to this executive chart right here. So again, to go executive, this is you. You need 2 distributors below you, and they each need to have 400 in group volume. So let's just hypothetically say you started your business and you went straight to your best friend and was like, you just have to do this with me. Like, just trust me. It's going to be fun. We're going to make some extra money. Just do it. And they say, okay, let's do it. But then the second one you're struggling with, and whoever your enroller is, they place a distributor underneath you. So a distributor that they enrolled, they moved underneath you within that 24 hours, that 24-hour window. So they have helped you become boxed in for executive. Now, never ever look at that distributor that was given to you and say, I didn't enroll that distributor, so they're not really mine, so I'm not going to help them. Okay? When whoever gives you a distributor, you don't necessarily need to be the one to mentor them and to that's still the distributor's job who enrolled them. But you do want to help them get those loyal customers because it's going to help you. It's going to help you promote to the next rank. So you have best friend, and then you have Sally, who you don't actually know. Just because you don't know her doesn't mean you don't want to help her, because it's also helping you. I hope that can everybody just shake their head and tell me, like, does that make sense? Okay. So same thing goes for when you are going Ruby. So you're going to want to get those distributors. And, I'm not necessarily like a top signing distributor person. What's it called? Like a top enroller by any means. Like, I do my best to get my 3 distributors every month, just like everybody else does. Sometimes I get all 3. Sometimes I get more than 3. Sometimes I only get 1 or 2, but I'm at the point in my business where I'm never going to be keeping a distributor on my top line. For my business to grow, I need to be helping my teammates, and I need to be placing my distributors below my teammates. So I'm always going to be giving distributors out throughout my downline. I place my distributors. There's two ways that I place distributors. One is the person that I'm about to place this distributor under, are they running an auto shipment? And are they working their business daily? Can I visibly see them working their business? Are they posting on social media? Are they hosting parties and, shouting out like, oh my gosh, I just got a new LC. I'm so excited. Can I visibly see that they're working their business? And are they running their auto shipment? Then I will always be more than happy to help you grow your team and place a distributor underneath you. I'm also, and don't take this in the wrong way because you should be doing the same thing, but I'm also going to be placing distributors where I need them to go for my own personal chart. So I'm charting myself for triple diamond. If I need a distributor to go under whoever, 5 lines down, 10 lines down, I don't care how far down, I'm going to do what I have to do for my own personal business, just like you guys should be doing as well. Okay. So those are the two ways that I determine where I'm going to place a distributor. So I kind of lost my train of thought because I was going to say something else. Okay. So for you, most of you guys, your charts are pretty simple. Like if you're going for Ruby, like I was saying before, there's not a lot of guessing work as far as like where that distributor should be placed. So let's say you have your best friend, your coworker, and then that Sally girl who you don't actually know. If your best friend is, I see some eyeballs. If your best friend is like taking it, she's like, yeah, I signed up with you, but like, I don't really have time for this. Nobody's liking my stuff. And then your coworker, she's running her auto shipment. But she just, she hasn't really got her feet on the ground. She hasn't got a lot of traction yet. And then there's Sally over here who's running her auto shipment, who has already got her 4 LCs right out of the gate, is super excited. Just because you don't know her, she's probably the best person to place under because she's actually working her business. So you can place a distributor under her, but it's your choice. You could place a distributor under any of those top 3. So as far as placement, does that kind of make sense? And same thing goes for loyal customers too. I personally teach my team that in your first 30 days, which none of you guys are in your first 30 days, but just so you can share this with your newbies, in your first 30 days, your goal is to simply just get those first 4 LCs. That is your goal. If you go above and beyond that, if you get those 3 distributors, if you get 6 LCs, you're awesome. Good for you. But your goal in your first 30 days is the 4 loyal customers, even if I have to help you get them. After that, your goal is the steps to success, right? But then I like to take it even further and challenge them and say, not only is your goal to get 4 LCs this month, but you also want to get yourself to 400 PBV, which is 400 in personal bonus volume, which means personally enrolling as many LCs as it takes to get your volume to 400. That could mean 4 LCs. If they all get the system, that's over 400 in personal bonus volume. But if they're all getting hair, skin, and nails, it's going to take a lot more loyal customers to get you to 400. So I always make that their second month's goal, is you're getting those 4 LCs, but if you're not at 400, you need more than 4 LCs, okay? Caitlin did this amazing post a couple of weeks ago how, if somebody's ordering the wraps, talk to them about the defining gel too. Tell them how you love the wraps, but you like not insist, but like just be excited and talk to them about the defining gel too. Every single one of her loyal customers, their orders are like at least 80, I feel like. So when the orders are bigger, your personal bonus volume is bigger. Okay. So, that's what I tell them their next goal is. As they start building their team and getting their distributors below them, that's when it's time to start helping their team and start placing their loyal customers below their distributors. There is no reason for them to keep their loyal customers anymore. Yes, granted, your paycheck will be high if you yourself have a high personal bonus volume, but it's important to be helping your teammates and ranking up to the next rank. So as long as you have a hard worker who's continuing to work more and more each month, it's always like month 1, just get 4 loyal customers. That's all you have to do. Month 2, get 400 PBV and really start looking for those distributors. Month 3, get those distributors on your team if you haven't already, and start placing your new LCs below your teammates, okay? Don't be greedy about loyal customers. I don't keep a single loyal customer. I haven't kept a loyal customer under my own personal self in probably a year and a half, because there's been absolutely no reason for me to. It's better for me to place my loyal customers than it is for me to keep them. I'm going to make more money because I'm going to be ranking up. So with that being said, that's kind of what I have to say about placement. I know that some of you have been thinking, I have to get on this cruise. I want to get on this cruise. It's going to be so much fun. And it is. And I want all of you guys on the cruise. And as you know, personally enrolled loyal customers, if you move them to a different distributor, you're no longer the personal enroller. The distributor who you move that loyal customer under becomes the new personally enrolled. That's for loyal customers only. So you don't get the 100 points towards the cruise when you move a loyal customer. But let me tell you right now that 100 points you're going to get from that loyal customer is not going to get you on the cruise. What's going to get you on the cruise is getting yourself to Ruby, which means you need to get these distributors and you need to get them all to 400. So do not waste your time keeping loyal customers for 100 some odd points when you could be placing those loyal customers, helping your teammates, getting yourself to Ruby, and getting 5,000 cruise points just for going Ruby. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, I have heard in the last month or so that people don't want to give their loyal customers away because they want the 100 points for that loyal customer. And I'm telling you right now, 100 points, even 500 points is not going to get you on this cruise. Going Ruby is what's going to get you on this cruise. Okay. So, Ashley, what do you have to add to that?
Nothing really. I mean, I 100% agree with everything you said. If there is anybody out there who feels like keeping their LCs is gonna benefit them for their cruise, just like don't think that way. Literally 100 points means nothing right now, especially this month. Now that the rubies are doubled. Jade Hooper made a post a couple days ago. And she said, and I don't know how accurate this is, but she said anybody who goes Ruby this month, because it's doubled, is almost guaranteed that they're going to get on the cruise. Now, probably not a full cabin, but because that alone is 5,000 points. But on top of that, you probably enrolled a couple of those distributors and gotten them their first 4 LCs, which I think that's like another 800 points. But anyways, completely agree. If that is what you were thinking, don't think that. And I work just the same as Shelby does. I haven't kept an LC since April, the month that I joined in April of last year. And I place all my distributors. So totally 100% agree.
So does all of that make sense to you guys? I know it gets a little bit weird with placement and not weird, but just a little bit confusing with placement. A lot of people are like, well, I thought my group volume should always be this no matter what level I'm at. But if you guys are running your auto shipment, which I think I can't speak for everybody in here, but from the people that I'm looking from the most, what am I trying to say? Mostly everybody in here that I know of runs their auto shipment every month. So PBV isn't that big of a deal for you because you run your auto shipment, you're already commission qualified, which means any loyal customer you get should be given to somebody below you. If you're not sure who it should be given to, okay, let's talk, like let me or let Ashley or let your diamond leader or your enroller explain to you where that loyal customer should go, but it should not stay underneath you. There's really no reason for it. So the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is, so we just spent a good 10 minutes or so talking about placement and, placing all your distributors and your loyal customers all over the place underneath your team to help you grow. But I also want you guys to know this, and I want you to teach this to your teams as well. You should never, ever, ever expect anything to be placed under you or anywhere underneath your team. So even though I work my business by teamwork and by helping my teammates out, never be waiting around for me to be helping you get one of your boxes to 400. Never be, and not only from your upline, but don't expect it from your downline either. And what I mean from that is, let's say that you are working towards Ruby and you have an executive on your team. Even though we would hope that your executive is working with his or her two distributors below them and placing LCs, they may not be doing that. And what I mean by that is, consider this your business. This is your business, and it is completely on you. You need to be doing whatever you can do to get yourself to executive, yourself to Ruby, yourself to Emerald. In the ideal, perfect world, all distributors on our team are all doing their job. They're all running their auto shipments, and they're all getting loyal customers and distributors. But that's not always how it works. Some of us have already watched that happen, and it can be very frustrating enrolling new distributors who pay the $99 and then fall off the face of the earth, or pay the $99 and are in it for a few weeks and then fall off the face of the earth, or, whatever the case may be. There's nothing you can really do about that except for, depend on yourself to get you where you want to go. Okay. So when I signed up for this business 2 years ago, the day I signed up, I pulled out my executive chart and I pulled out my Ruby chart, and I looked at my executive chart and thought, okay, I need to get 2 new distributors. And when I got those 2 distributors, I said, I need to get them both to 400 in group volume. So even though everything that they personally get will count towards that 400, I wasn't counting on them. I was counting on myself to get myself to executive. The same goes for Ruby. I got out my Ruby chart and I charted myself for Ruby. I got those 5 distributors and I said to myself, it's my job to get them all to 400. Okay, so even though any work they were doing was helping them get to 400 too, I wasn't relying on them to get me there. So again, in a perfect world, we want distributors under us who are working their business. It's a lot less, it's amazing. It feels so great having people working underneath you. But if you want this, you need to crawl, scrape, I don't care what you have to do. You need to rely on yourself and do anything you can do to get you there. Okay. So for me to go, when I was trying to go Ruby, I think I had one working distributor who got themselves to 400, which means I had to get 4 other boxes to 400. And I did it. I mean, I clearly did it because I'm double diamond now, you know? So same thing for emerald, same thing for diamond. And as you're crawling and scraping and doing everything you can do to get to that rank on your own, you're going to find runners along the way. You're going to find people are going to join your team that want this as badly as you do. The people on this Zoom right now with me are the people who want this as badly as I do. That's why you're on this Zoom right now. And it's the same people every single week. You guys are the ones that see the vision like I see the vision and like Ashley sees the vision. And if you look at your chart right now, or you look at the distributors on your team right now, maybe none of them are those people that see the vision. And you know what that means? It's your job to get yourself to whatever that next rank is, okay? So I've seen a couple of periscopes, a couple of trainings, and I saw one by Carrie Bauer, and you can personally get yourself to diamond, meaning you can do all the work yourself. You may have some worker bees here and there who are, you know, they run their auto shipment, but they don't really, that's kind of it, because they just love the product. Or maybe they're working, but they just wanted a little bit of extra spending money. So just a few LCs randomly here and there every month is fine for them. And so that's still going to help you get to diamond. I'm not saying like you're literally doing it 100% on your own, but you can get yourself to diamond without a single runner on your team, just by you simply doing your own steps to success, you putting in the work every single day. You can do it. It might take you longer. It might not, but you can get yourself to diamond, okay? It's after diamond where you really need to have some people on your team who are running as hard as you can. So my diamond chart, there's very few people on my diamond chart who are even still active in this business. Not one single one of you people. Ashley, did you join me before I went diamond?
Yeah, you were an emerald when I joined.
Okay, so Ashley literally was one of the last distributors I signed before I went diamond. So I wouldn't even call her necessarily one of my runners to get me to diamond, because she was brand spanking new. So all I'm really trying to get at there is I really, really did get myself to diamond. And Ashley, she didn't get herself to diamond. I mean, some of you guys she enrolled before that, but like nobody, not even Caitlin. Caitlin was after you went diamond?
Caitlin enrolled the month I went diamond.
Okay, so we got ourselves there. Yes, we had some people dabbling, working, you know, doing their thing, but we got ourselves to diamond, which means you guys can too. But don't even think about diamond necessarily right now. Just think about your next rank up and think about what you have to do to get yourself there, not what your team needs to be doing. And that doesn't mean that you don't need to be like communicating with your team and reaching out to them. And if they're in a promotion box too, so if you're going emerald, that doesn't mean you don't need to be communicating with the rubies below you and, you know, encouraging them to run their auto shipment and encouraging the brand new people on your team to be getting their first 4 loyal customers. I don't mean that, but what I mean is don't necessarily depend on others. If you want this, you need to go out there and you need to get it yourself. Anything to add to that, Ashley?
Well, okay. The only thing I'd add is, this is just going off of what Shelby said. If you're trying to go Ruby, you care more about you going Ruby than anybody else does on your team. Like I know, like, when I joined, everybody has these thoughts. Everybody thinks, like, whoever's in my executive position, like, what the heck? Like, doesn't this person want to promote to executive? Like, why aren't they enrolling LCs? Blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, them going executive is not nearly as awesome as you going Ruby. So just try to keep that in mind too. And that's forever. Like, anytime you're trying to promote to the next rank, there's not one person in your downline who wants that more than you. So, just always look at your chart as your chart. Always look at it as, okay, what do I need to do to get myself there? I honestly, like, right now, for my double chart, I have already told myself I have to enroll the DTs that I need left to promote. Like, I don't even think, and it did take me a little while to change this mindset, but I don't even think, okay, this person needs this many DTs, this person needs this many DTs. Like, I literally just look at it as, this is my chart, this is my rank, this is how many distributors I need to promote. And it helps a lot with frustration. You don't really get angry with your distributors because you don't expect for them to enroll people. Obviously, we want them to, and it's awesome when they do. But I think that it really took a lot of, not that I was ever angry with anybody, but it keeps you from thinking negative things about your team when you don't expect them to do things. So that's it.
Yeah, that's so true. When it's on you, when it's your job to get those last few distributors to box yourself in, it just makes it so much better when the distributor below you gets a distributor, because then it's like, whoa, yay, that's one less I have to get, and I'm so happy for them because they got a distributor. So when you're not relying on them and you're relying on yourself, it just makes it so much sweeter when they actually do get the job done. Another thing that I do too, there's a couple different ways to look at it. So when I was going double diamond, it wasn't a secret. Like, I was talking about it on social media. I was talking about how excited I was for my team and how I was about to promote to this incredible rank in my company that was going to change so much for me. So it wasn't a secret, but I didn't go to my downline and say, hey guys, my downline meaning you guys. I didn't go to my team and say, hey guys, I'm trying to go double diamond, so you guys need to get to work. I never necessarily like broadcast it to my team. What I do instead is go individually to the people who also are trying to promote and who I need to promote, and I work with them and figure out what they need to promote, and I get them excited. Okay, so what I mean by that is I'm not going to go to Melissa and be like, hey, Melissa, I'm trying to get to triple diamond, so you need to get to diamond. Okay, so what are you going to do to get there? What are your goals? Da, 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 da. So I'm not telling her that she has to do something in order for me to get where I want to go. I keep the triple diamond part of it completely out. And so my approach is, Melissa, you are so close to diamond. I'm so excited for you, and I want to do anything I can to help you get there. What can I do to help you get to diamond? Okay, so just think about your approach, and it's for you guys. You guys are all trying to go Ruby-ish, except for Melissa's trying to go Emerald. So for you guys, it would be as simple as just going to the 3 people on your top line, or if you're already boxed in for Ruby and you already have someone boxed in for executive, going to that executive and being like, girl or guy, whoever you are, holy cow, like, you are so close to executive. You're this far away, or you only need this. Like, let's do this. Let's get you there. Create like a team way of saying it, instead of, I literally have had teammates go to their downline and say, you need to run your auto shipment this month because I'm trying to promote, or you need to hurry up and get 4 more customers so that I can promote. Well, you're making it all about you. You need to make it about them if you want to get them excited, and also, with that being said, people who just started, so people at the bottom of your business, at the bottom of the chart, are the people who are always going to be the most excited. They just started this business and they started it for a reason. So they're excited. So a lot of times when you're trying to promote and rank up, it's better to start from the bottom. And so what I mean by that is if I'm trying to go diamond, here's my diamond chart. All these people, they've all been on my team for a while. And that's not to say that they've like totally lost steam and they're like, I don't care. I hate it works. I just mean these people down here, they're pumped. They just got started. They're ready to go. They're ready to kill it. And if they're not, you need to get them ready. So basically, one great way to promote is to flip your chart upside down. And these are the people that you are working with. You want to get them excited and pumped up and working, and then start moving this way. Okay, so that's just another little fun way to look at it. That's kind of all I have, all that I wanted to talk about. I did want to talk about, should we talk about balance, Ashley? Or save it? I feel like we should maybe save it for another. Oh, Melissa's waving her hand. What are you saying?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Sorry, driving. I just left work. So I just got one quick little tidbit I got from, Charity Holden. I don't know if you know her. Okay. So, and I just shared this with my team, and this is a little off topic, but I totally shared it with them. So when we're talking to a potential loyal customer and we're giving them the website because we're going to walk them through ordering it online, or instead of actually typing our website on it, Charity actually said not to do that. She said to always have a picture of what your website is and send it to them. So that way there's no explaining of, hey, take the space out of so-and-so. Just send them a picture of your website so they can actually type it in. So there's no explaining of why our website doesn't show up on Facebook. I just thought that was super cool, and I just wanted to share that tip in case I didn't thought about that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So what she's, in case you guys, it was breaking in and out a little bit for me, so in case you guys couldn't totally hear what she was saying, all she means is Facebook doesn't let us put our URL, it doesn't let us share our URL in the timeline, in private messages, anywhere. So what she was saying is you can create a little graphic in WordSwag or whatever app you might have and just put your website on a image, and then that way when people say, I'm ready to order, what's your website, instead of sending, instead of being like, oh, they're giving them your URL with a space in it and saying no space or whatever, now you can just send them the image. What I do is I don't even do that. I don't give people my website ever. I never give them my website. I say, if they're ready to go, then I say, this is the information I need, give it to me. And I don't say it like that, but I just ask them for their information. I tell them specifically what information I need. And then that way I have total control. I don't like giving people my website because now they have control, and it could take them days to become a loyal customer, if ever. How many times have you been like, hey, I don't know, I just did it with essential oils. I was like, yeah, give me your website and I'll go on and order. And I still haven't ordered. And now I'm starting to be like, do I really need those essential oils? We have our own and blah, 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 blah. I'm talking myself out of the sale and the person who gave me their website doesn't even know it, but if she had just been like, let me just do it for you, I'll place the order, I would have already had ordered a week ago. You know what I mean? So I like to have control over my loyal customers as opposed to handing out my website to them. But Melissa, that is a great tip if you are one that likes to share your website. Anything else about, go ahead, Caitlin.
Are we going to be talking about maintaining at all?
That's what I was just talking about with Ashley. I don't know if I want to, just because I think we should just have a private conversation with you about it, just because I don't want to overwhelm everybody. And it is a little bit of a, let me just go over it briefly. And if people are like, what are you talking about? Then feel free to private message me or, get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to go into more detail about it. We have about 12 minutes left. I don't want to keep anybody past 10. So maintenance, what does that mean? When you reach a rank with It Works, you have to, in order to keep that rank, you need to maintain that rank. Okay, so for me, if I go and look in my eSuite, it says previous month paid as double diamond and current month. Once I actually get back up to my double diamond rank, it will say current month paid as double diamond. And for me, I have bonuses attached to it. So it's always very important for me to keep my rank. Otherwise, I'll lose my bonus. But even for the people who don't have bonuses attached to their rank, it's still, you never want to backslide. You never want to get up to Emerald and then not get back up there, because you're not continuing to sign distributors and you're not continuing to sign loyals. And next thing you know, you're back down to Ruby, and then you're back down to executive, and then you never want to backslide. You always want to be moving forward. Okay, that's kind of obvious because your paycheck's going to grow. But there's two ways you can maintain your rank. The first way to maintain your rank is through volume. Well, let me take a step back. The first way to maintain your rank is by the same way that you got to that rank. And what I mean by that is, let's use the Ruby chart as an example. You had to get 5 distributors below you, and then all 5 of them needed to have that 400 in volume. Remember, we talked about that? So to maintain Ruby, there's 2 ways you can maintain. The following month, you can continue to have those 5 distributors, which hopefully they didn't go anywhere. And then again, they can all be at 400 GV. And then the next month, same thing. They can all be at 400 GV. Now, the second way you can maintain is through balance. And balance means balancing your group volume. So that's not an option for executive. For the executive rank, the only way to maintain is to have the 2 distributors below you and for both of them to be at 400 GV every single month, which shouldn't be an issue, because when you get to executive, you're already working towards Ruby. You're not wasting your time maintaining executive. You're getting you're getting the other 3 distributors that you need. You're working on volume. You're moving up, So as far as balance and as far as balancing volume goes, that starts at the Ruby rank. For Ruby, you need 4,000 GV in volume to maintain, and only 2,000 of that can come from your strongest leg. So I'm going to go back and talk about what that means, but if you guys have pen and paper, you can go ahead and write this down. Ruby is 4,000 in GV with no more than 2,000 from your strongest leg. Emerald is 8,000 in GV with no more than 4,000 from your strongest leg. Diamond is 10,000 in group volume with no more than 5,000 from your strongest leg. Double diamond is 25,000 in volume with no more than 12,500 from your strongest leg. I'll stop there because when we're all double diamonds, we can re-talk about what I think triple. It's just because I don't remember. Triple, I think, is 50,000 in group volume with no more than 25,000 from your strongest leg. And I don't know. I don't remember presidential and ambassador. So focus on the first couple that I told you. And so now I'm going to explain what that means in case that is completely foreign to you. So, Ruby, 4,000 in group volume with no more than 2,000 from your strongest leg. So what that means is you already promoted the month before. You can't promote using volume, using this balance technique. You can only promote by getting those boxes to where you need them to be, meaning like the 400 boxes. This is just for maintaining your rank after you've already promoted. So for Ruby, you need 4,000 in group volume, and then only 2,000 in of that volume can come from one of your legs. So as a Ruby, you have 3 legs. You have your executive leg, who has 2 distributors below them, and then you have your 2 other top line boxes. Those are considered your 3 legs, okay? So let's just say 2 of those legs have distributors underneath them and are both working towards executive themselves. One of those legs can have 2,000, and then all the rest of the remaining 2,000 volume that you need can come from the other 2 legs plus your personal bonus volume, your PBV. So this is why I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about it, because you guys may be like, what are you even talking about? Like, this is totally foreign. But for the people who are about to promote, this is very important. So Caitlin, your focus this month is going to be to get those boxes all to 400 and to have your executive commission qualified, okay? That's what's going to get you to Ruby. Next month, you're going to maintain by either having them all reach their 400 GV again and having your executive commission qualified, or with the 4,000 in volume, with 2,000 coming from your executive leg. Does that make sense? Sort of, at least basics until you actually get there. For me, when I heard that, I was like, fair, don't even tell me this. Like, don't tell me this until I'm actually there. And if you're that way, then that's fine. You can just block it out from your memory for now. And when we actually get there, when you actually get there, we can talk about it again. That's fine. But at least you guys have a general working knowledge of how balance works in order to maintain your rank. Does anybody have any final questions before we end tonight's Zoom? No. Ashley, do you have anything else that you wanted to add?
The only thing I'll add about balance and maintenance is to never be in a maintaining month. Like never start a month by thinking like, okay, this month I maintain Ruby. You start it off by, okay, this month I want to go Emerald, or this month I'm working towards Emerald. Because if you are always thinking that way, then you're always trying to get to if you're always trying to go to the next rank, then you're going to be signing LCs and DTs anyway. So if you're completing your steps to success, if you're always trying to promote, then maintenance, at least not until you hit the higher ranks. Maintenance shouldn't really, honestly, it shouldn't be on your mind. I guess really the only time it should be on your mind is if you have a bonus attached to it. But other than that, I wouldn't get caught up in the whole maintenance thing, because I think I actually just watched a Zoom about this, and it gets your thoughts are so like they become real. I know I talk about that a lot, and if you're telling yourself you need to maintain a rank, it confuses your brain into what that means, and you are no longer trying to go emerald. You're just trying to do the bare minimum, which is stay ruby. So it's important to know this stuff, and it's important to know what you need to stay or to keep that rank once you do promote, but it's more important that you know how to go to the next level. So just keep that in mind once you guys do promote, because I know a few of you on here are promoting this month. So just always have that next rank, you know, in mind.
Thank you. I completely agree, and I meant to share that, so I'm glad that you remembered to do that. Always be working every month towards the next rank. Just don't stay complacent. Just always be working, and as long as you're doing your best to fill out the steps of success every month, that's all we have to do, you guys, is those 3 simple steps every single month, and then teach our new distributors the same steps. And you know what? If those 3 distributors that we signed in July, or June, what month is it, that we signed in June, just aren't, you know, really working as hard as you wanted them to, or are off to a slow start, who cares? Because you are signing 3 new distributors this month. You know, I'll constantly be finding new blood, because eventually you're going to find those people that want to work and that want this as badly as you do. And if you don't find them, then one of the distributors you signed is going to find them. Or maybe it's 3 distributors down. Eventually, like somebody's random cousin's brother's sister's uncle is going to be the rock star that, you know, could really help you and could really help your team. So just constantly be working your business, constantly be doing your steps to success, and just stick with it. And you guys are going to promote. You're going to do amazing. So with that being said, we are done with the Zoom for tonight. I don't think anybody else has any other questions. If I can figure out how, which it should just be like a link or something, I'm going to share this link on the team page, but also feel free to send the link specifically to any distributors in your downline that didn't make tonight's team meeting and that you think could really use this information. So they're trying to promote, or you know, whatever the case may be. Some very important information was shared tonight. And this Zoom was actually very much inspired by some things that I saw and heard in July. So, I just think it will be really important to share with your teams. Otherwise, have a great night. Have a great week. I can't believe it's Wednesday already tomorrow. And it's already going to be the 6th of July tomorrow too, which means we're already almost a week through July. So if you haven't written down your goals, if you don't know what your goals are for this month, write those down. It's so important to have those sitting right in front of you. Write down how many distributors you need to get to the next rank. Decide how many loyal customers you're going to get this week before the week is over, and don't let the week get by without getting them. Otherwise, that's it. I hope you guys have a great week. Next week is our team meeting. There are a couple of changes, which I'm going to share tomorrow on the team page, so just keep a lookout for that. Otherwise, good night. I love you guys. Sleep tight.
Bye.
Bye.